Good day, morning, afternoon, evening, night to every single person watching this video. We are here in the Netherlands at Zandvoort. This is my first ever lap of this track on any game ever, and you're going to see the full thing in all its glory. So here we go then, around the first corner. That I've missed the apex. That's a great start. But it was a fairly decent racing line, considering I haven't got racing line on, so I don't actually know where I'm going. That's another missed apex. That's another mistake. Oh no, I made it a late apex, which I think isn't too bad going onto this. I was going to call it a straight. It's absolutely bent all the way through, so that would have been a lie. Here we go through this fast corner, which I've taken at about half speed compared to what I think you can take it at. That's not a racing line at all. And now we're going to come around the next right-hander. That's not a racing line at all. This is absolutely tragic. I think I've hit about one apex in this whole lap. I was late to the DRS there because I didn't know the zone was coming up. Now we've got this little tricky section. I've gone in way too deep. I've just about managed to keep it on the tarmac though, so it's not a complete disaster. We're coming up to what I think is the final corner. It is. I've actually hit that apex, but I've gone wide, and it's invalidated my lap. So I'm actually quite glad, because it's going to be an absolutely shocking time. It's a 1 minute 13. It's 2.5 seconds off the pace, and it doesn't even count anyway. We'll see where I ended up. I was disqualified, so probably not very high. 10th place. I was disqualified, but I was the last of those to get disqualified, so it's not the end of the world. And here we are on the grid. And what's more, it's raining! It's my first ever race on a brand new track, which I clearly don't know how to drive. And I've got wet conditions. Fantastic news. The only comfort I've got is that it might be new to other people as well. Other people might be just as clueless as to how this track works as I am. But we've got 5 lights. Oh my god, that was a lengthy hold, but we are away ever so carefully. And despite being in the rain, that's probably my cleanest start yet. But I've been punted in the back, just like I was in Brazil. And just about managed to hold it together, and it's P8, which means I've gone up. I got punted, and I've gone up. So thank you to whomever punted me. You've done me a solid there. It's now P7 as someone was facing completely the wrong way, as I get very slippy on the exit of turn, whatever turn that is, 3 I believe. And it's down to P12 with less front wing. There's been an incident there though, and it's P11. And this is going to be a very messy race. You can already tell that, as everyone is getting squirmy in front of me as well. No one seems to know their lines at this track, just like I don't. That man's gone for an almighty dive bomb, and it didn't come off for him, and that's me back up into the points-paying positions, back where I qualified, as I nearly spin out on the curb, but just about managed to hold it together. Short shifting, just to keep the traction down as we come towards the final part of the lap, as I go very, very deep. Apparently exceed track limits, although I thought I kept at least 2 wheels on the circuit there, so I'm not convinced by that. Either way, it was terrible, and I'm down to P11 as Hyper, whatever his name is, Hyper Splinters got past me, and that's the end of lap 1. So overall, we've lost a position, we've lost a bit of front wing, but it could have been worse, I guess, as some people, well, one person dived into the pit, so that's back up to P10 again. I can't seem to shake this P10 position. I think most of the people, in fact, have run away a bit. But P8 is on the cards. We've got 8th place, not far ahead. In fact, 7th place, not too far ahead of him either. So we could still get a fairly decent finish as we learn the track more and more as we go around. Nothing much is happening here, although there was a man out there, so that's position 9. Absolutely fantastic news for us as we fly through Sector 2 here and try to close up on those ahead. They are actually getting away, so I say try to close up. I'm failing miserably at that, and all I've got to do is hope for more incidents. It is a new track, it is wet, and as we can see, Hyper Splinters has fallen victim to the conditions and it's P8. It's not going too badly so far as we get the braking zone even more wrong than we did on our first 2 attempts of it in the qualifying lap and the first lap of this race. I'm just getting worse at that corner. I'm getting exponentially worse. So I'll be just straight lining it completely soon if I'm not careful. So I've really got to bring my braking under control at that corner, I believe it's called. So position 7, for some reason, there must have been an incident, and there's someone here who is already being lapped. It's lap 3, and he's been lapped. Now, there's embarrassing drives, and then there's that. Mate, get it together. That is tragic. Unless you're some kind of 85-year-old woman. Oh, man, just 85-year-olds in general, I don't imagine are very good at this whole Xbox lark. I could be wrong. There is the Skyrim grandma. And now we've reached the point of the commentary where it goes completely off the rails, but there is a man there who's had an incident, and it's position 6, and he's not very happy about it as he tries to go right back up the inside. And he has got the inside line. I'm going to hook it round the outside, which becomes the inside for the next corner, and I do believe I have held the position nicely. I get a little touch up the back there from the man, and he's going to be there for some time yet. And now here's my bogey corner. Will I get the braking zone right this time? Yes, I do. I actually managed to make the corner. Applause for me, and unfortunately it didn't help me get rid of the guy behind me. He's still there. I can still see the arrow, which is getting closer and bigger by the second, but I appear to have out-tractioned him on the exit there, so I remain in P6. I have absolutely no idea where P5 is. He's nearly 5 seconds up the road. It's going to take a miracle drive to finish any higher than P6. And all I can do really now is defend from the guy who's behind me. And he's sold me around the outside as I slightly make contact with him around that corner. But yeah, he absolutely... Wow. That was a fantastic move all the way around the outside there. Obviously a better driver than I am, obviously knows the circuit better than I do. I'm still learning as I'm going. Hopefully I'll be a bit more prepared for my next race at Zandvoort. Maybe I'll do some time trial with the racing line on as well, probably, so I can just learn the lines and get to grips with it. But for now, it's P7. I'm 5 seconds ahead of Hyper Splinters, and I'm losing a lot of time to Turbomite. So this lap and this race is becoming a little bit dull now, but you may have seen earlier on that my controller batteries are low. I haven't had a chance to put them in. I could pause and do it, but I haven't done that. But what that means is that my pad has lost force feedback, lost vibration, and I can't tell you how much that affects your driving as I slide out of the final corner. But yeah, when you lose force feedback, you lose all sense of driving feel, and it really messes up your driving. Look at me, I'm going wide there because I just can't feel what I need to do. You know, I know it's only a pad, it's not a wheel setup, but even so, vibration is so important to your driving. And look at this, I just keep losing the back end because I have no feel of the car, and it's really not helping my driving. I don't know if I could have kept up with Turbomite anyway, but I sure as hell would have been closer had my batteries lasted a few more laps. As it is, Turbomite is now 5 seconds ahead of me. He's gained 4 seconds in like 2 sectors. Hyper Splinters, on the other hand, has really cut the gap down. There's half a lap to go, and I might be quite lucky to hold on here, because the lack of vibration has really affected my already fairly terrible driving, especially this circuit. So all I can do now is do the best I can and hold on. I can see Hyper Splinters on the map. He's coming. He has gained about 3 seconds on me in just the last lap, but this is the final corner, so I should be able to hold on to it. Headshot Connor wins the race, and I come round the corner. I hold on to position 7, top half of the grid. Considering I was disqualified, it's raining, it's a track I don't know, P7 is not a bad result in the slightest. It really isn't that bad, is it? So, kudos to me as we wait for everybody else to finish. But, yeah, P7. That's a hell of a lot better than I expected when coming in, especially when I saw the rain. I thought I was a goner, because I'm also currently learning to play without traction control. I now play with no traction control, which of course is doubly difficult in the wet, but I think I handled it pretty well. And there you go, confirmed position 7. And it's all come up pretty Millhouse. Mariella's son gets the drive of the day. Congratulations to them. As we take a look at an overhead shot of the circuit, my rank's going up. My safety rating, I don't know how that's going to turn out when it comes along. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. There'll be lots of F1 2020 content coming out soon. So yes, if you want to see some of that, hit that subscribe button and that bell as well. I think I've ever asked anyone to hit the bell before, but hit the bell, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and just thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.